So, what's poppin' peons? It is your girl Sunshine, and it is officially 33 degrees today. And I have no heater on, and I'm going to do this video. I want to do this video for you guys, and I want to do this first segment. If you guys follow me on Instagram, y'all know that I will be doing a set called Sunshine's Bakery, where basically I get baked and I give my think pieces. And if it's not a think piece, it's either I'm actually baking or baked or have done both. Either way it goes. So today we are actually going to get baked and we're gonna talk my shit. So let's go. I know they say breakfast is the most important bit of the day. But crazy thing is, I don't eat breakfast. I don't. I drink water. Speaking of which, let me drink water first because I feel like a lot of times we don't drink enough water as people. Do you drink enough water? Y'all, this is my handy dandy container. Y'all know I most definitely use it because y'all can see the paint chipping and peeling. You know what I'm saying? Real OGs who have like real cups. No. Know that they cups are never like the same ever in life. Especially like if you start using that bad boy, your cup be rickety and broken and you just be like, no, not even rickety. I don't even want to say rickety because my favorite Rick and Morty cup broke. And my feelings was hurt by that. So we're not even gonna go down that lane because I feel like y'all purposely, I broke my own cup. So y'all, let me tell you what happened before I even get into the whole video, right? So I had my Rick and Morty cup. I had one this from Dave and Buster's, y'all. Cause a lot of you people be like, oh, how'd you get your little novelty shit like that, Rick? And I be like, bitch, I got that shit from Dave and Buster's. Yeah, if I tell y'all like I'm such a big kid, it's fucking ridiculous. I'm such a big kid that if somebody was like, okay, cool, like let's go have like a full blown discussion, bitch. I like people say like, oh, where do you want to go on? They said, bitch, I want to have fun. Like I hate when men try to date me, and or when somebody tries to date me because I'm bisexual. I like both. I hate when people try to date me and they try to take me so seriously. Bitch, I am a goofball, okay? Like, be fucking for real. I'm not into the looks, the dressing up and shit like that. And I wish I would have accepted that at an earlier age because if I would have accepted that at an earlier age, I think that I would be in a better position now and I would have had better dating experiences. A lot of people look at me because they find me visually attractive and they think like, oh my gosh, because I like the arts and shit. Like, bitch, I like the arts. This should be an example. Y'all see this? Picture. More scrapbooks. Y'all can't see my baby Keisha. Pictures and paintings. Pictures. Me. Like, bitch, you should know that I'm not that serious ass motherfucker that's want to sit there and be pretty and prissy at somebody's table like, this $70 lobster is so fucking good, bitch. If we gonna spend $70 at some place, bitch, I'm telling you, don't. Y'all know I can say it because I have the spirit of discernment. I don't even know why I be doing this shit. I have the spirit of discernment. I know most of y'all bitches don't, but I have the spirit of discernment. And to keep it a whole lean being with y'all, my perfect ideal date would be something that's like a decent meal, like something that's like down south, homie. I am really fucking country as hell. I'm like country and childish at the same time. Because my ideal date would be like going to like a pancake joint or like a Waffle House. Probably going to somebody's kickback or party or something where we can have a ball, like a house party or some shit like that. Cause I really hate the clubs, bitch. I don't have a lot of friends anymore, or I don't keep a lot of people around me, but the people who I do keep around me, I party and I kick it with them a lot because I genuinely enjoy them. So like the perfect date night for me would be like, I know y'all waiting, right? Y'all waiting. Okay, I'm quit fucking with y'all. My perfect date night would be going out to eat, having like a little conversation, having some fun, like some real fun, and then like getting to know each other after the fun. Like that would be my whole idea. I'm not gonna tell y'all my favorite places to go because some people like have tried like, oh man, I'm gonna take you here. I know you love it, bitch. they be like, I don't know why you love it. It's so expensive. I had one dude spend, I told the story time where a dude spent $3,000 on me, and a lot of people don't believe me because they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Bitch, you don't have to believe it. It's the truth. So basically, the dude spent $3,000, and my favorite part about the date was when we went to the game place and we spent $100. And you're like, that's the cheapest thing that y'all did. The hotel, the dinner, all of this shit cost big money on his part. And I was just like, I really want to have some fun. And then he got mad because I wouldn't sleep with him. So you did everything that you wanted to for picture's sake. Like, this man was like, oh, let's go get you some wine. First of all, I realized that I'm a stoner. Let that process. I'm a stoner. I've never liked drinking. At any time I've drank, I've been bullied into drinking. And people are like, oh my gosh, it's not that bad. Let me tell you something. Having hangovers is not fucking fun. People are like, oh my gosh, I love to drink. Bitch, I don't like to drink. It hurts my stomach. And then when I'm drunk, I want to do nasty shit. And I'll be like, it's not the problem is that I want to do nasty shit. The problem is I'm a mean drunk. When I'm baked, when I'm good and baked, I'm completely and utterly honest. Like, there is nothing that you can't ask me that I won't give the truth to. I may be like, this is just the truth of the matter. Like, but a drunk me, because my stomach be hurting, my head be hurting, I just be trying to do one thing. And I'm telling you, drunk me don't give a fuck, okay? High me is like, you know what? I ain't gonna do too much. I'm fine. I'm mellowed out. I'm cool. And even if I'm on a sativa, bitch, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Like, I'm like, bitch, I'm cool. Bitch, I'm great. Bitch, I'm slide to the left. One hop this time. 2 hops this time. Slide to the left. You know what I'm saying? I'm real cool. I'm real collect because I'm real cool and collect in real life. But drunk me is just a whole. Drunk me is the extremely honest, don't give a fuck how you feel me. Because it is two sides of me. Like, there's one side that's like, I'm going to tell you the truth like this because I feel you need this. But the other side of me, bitch, it be like, you want to be mad. You want to be mean, bitch? Let's be mean together. Because it's the side of me, because I'm like real cool, calm, and collect. And the other side of me that's like, fuck around and find out, like, are we really doing this? Like, so I found out that I'm a stoner and not an alcoholic. And I feel like some of y'all should figure out what y'all are, because some of y'all are not good stoners. But some of y'all are great alcoholics. And I commend y'all. And y'all can be like, oh, it's addiction. I don't give a fuck. I can stop whenever I want to. And I have stopped before. I just like it. Like, people say, oh, I don't want to do that if I was you. It's not lady. Like, I don't give a fuck. This is my life. People like to talk a lot of shit a lot of times about what they do and what they don't like and how they want to be treated and all this other stuff. And to be completely honest, you can like exactly what you like and you can be exactly who you are. Which brings me to my next point on TikTok. I had to limit the comments on some videos because some people had so much shit to say to me about some other shit. So it's this black girl. She had a white father. She was adopted and he ended up adopting like a bunch of black kids. He adopted them because he's a billionaire, whatever. She spoke about her experience, and a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like, oh, da-da-da-da, billionaire, da-da-da, like all this other stuff. And I'm like, y'all do know that money does not buy happiness, right? Y'all do know that somebody could be great to the world and be awful in private, right? Like, y'all don't know me for real in real life, so y'all don't know me on a personal level. No, for y'all who think that y'all do know me on a personal level, like, be fucking for real. It is not going. I have to preheat it. So basically, Yeah, I do weird shit. If y'all looking at me like, why am I being a weirdo? It's because I am a weirdo. But most of y'all don't know that about me because I'm a big ass nerd in private. And the people who know me know that I'm a big ass nerd in private. Like, they know I can really geek out. Some of y'all like, what the fuck did she mean geek out? But a lot of times y'all don't know people for real. Ooh. On like the levels that y'all think that y'all do. Because if y'all knew me in real life and in private, and y'all truly honestly knew me, y'all would understand that I don't like people, and that I keep my circle small. And my circle, the people who are still in my circle, who actually survive the circle cuts every 3 to 6 months, good people, it's God people, blessed people, what's popping. And I know you're like, oh, like, what is the disqualifications to get disqualified out your friend group? Because I know some of y'all probably, like, took that and was like, circle evaluations. Yes, I do circle evaluations. So I do circle evaluations every 3 to 6 months. And what that means is, like, family, friend, sister, cousin, brother, best friend from this year, that yesteryear. I go on everybody, and I go see if they're giving me exactly what I need in my friendships. And people are like, oh, my gosh, like, why would you do that? It helps clear my circle out of dead energy that is not going anywhere. Is this just not working? Is that what it is? It's okay, Puka Roots. It's okay. So basically, like, if I keep it a whole lean being with y'all, I keep my whole, I do circle inventories. Like, I literally go back and I figure out exactly what it is that I need, what exactly what I like, what I don't like, what I want to change in my circle. A lot of people don't like that because they're like, oh, I don't like to be judged underneath the microscope. But to be in somebody's life, you have to be constantly under a microscope, because people in my life need to keep me under a microscope, because if I'm not for them or something changes up in me and then all of a sudden I have animosity and you don't peep it out until it's way too late, then this is when a problem comes. Like, I literally cleared out my circle because it was this one dude. I thought he was a cool dude. I didn't know that he was homophobic. And my whole thing is, no, he was homophobic and transphobic. So he was one of them straight black men who were like, I don't do that gay shit. That gay shit don't fly over here. Or even if it's not saying that gay shit, he's just like, I don't do the gay shit or the gayness or the shit like that. And when it comes down to it, it's always like, I don't do this. And mind you, I remember when I got fired from my job. No, when I quit my job, because I wasn't fired from this one. I quit this one. And what happened? He was like, he was talking about like how the job was still fucking with him, and I was like, okay, that's fucked up. And I sat back and I was like, and at this time, I think this was like before I got fired. No, before I quit. Why do I keep on saying fired? Because I knew they was going to fire me, so I just quit, because at this point in time, it was very ghetto. So basically what had happened was, I should have called Osho on their ass. So I should have did that too. But basically what happened was, he was going through some shit at the job because the job was on bullshit. They were fucking with him and trying to like get him fired. Me and him both fired because one of the managers had a crush on me, and I ain't, I just got tired of playing the game. I just got tired of coming to work and like pretending like I like this man. Because if I didn't, he would like be an asshole. So literally afterwards or whatever, I told him like, because I think it was around Valentine's Day, I was thinking about doing this love shit, right? And he was like, oh, who you got on there? I was like, I got a trans white person, I got a trans black person, I got this, that, and the third, I got da 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 da. And once I said trans, he was like, what? And he was like, you fuck with them weirdos? I was like, excuse me, sir? What? I was like, you talk to them. And he was like, I don't want to talk to them about my nations. And I was like, sir. So, I let him talk. I really let him talk. And I really let him get all this stuff. I'm not going to say all this stuff because it is so disgusting, the words that was coming out this man's mouth. And I know at one point in my time on my channel, I was like, did it. But y'all, I was being really ignorant, and I was letting my religion dictate to me that I couldn't not be something that I already was. I'm not trans. I'm gay. I'm bisexual. But I was letting that dictate to me, and I was like, if I can't be happy, I don't want nobody else to be happy. I can admit that, okay? I used to bully the trans community. I used to bully the LGBT community because I was afraid to come out and say that I was bisexual. Now, after coming out and saying I'm bisexual, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I apologize for all the shit I said. And if y'all don't want to fuck with me, that is A-okay, because I get it. Y'all go through enough discrimination as is, and people are going to bully y'all for no fucking reason. And this man, all I said was I had a trans couple on there. This man said that he would not fucking support me or listen to the shit that was going to come on my page. And I said, why not? And he said, because of X, Y, and Z. And if y'all wondering why the interview did not go up, is because the couple most of the couples end up breaking up before Valentine's Day. And they asked not to be put out there because they didn't want their love story to be put out there, because they noticed all the red flags in it. And I was like, okay, cool. So I had respect for they shit, you know what I'm saying? I just canceled it. And I know y'all like, oh my gosh, that would have been a great thing to do. But I don't, nah. If people don't want their business out there, I can't put their business out there. And I refuse to literally go be like, all right, cool beans, let's go do this shit. Because how people are perceived on the internet is equally as important as how they perceive it, because y'all are some mean motherfuckers online. But that's not even a point. But back to the whole trans thingy, like, I had to cut him off because he was so transphobic. And I was like, so how you feel about, like, the gay community? And he was like, man, I hate them bitches. Like, God ain't want us to, you supposed to be straight. You supposed to be man and woman, Adam and Eve, not Steve and Steve, not Keisha and Aisha. And plus he had some anti-blackness in him. And he was like, I don't understand why you Negroes. And all I could say to myself was like, it's block. I was like, this is not acceptable. Yeah, I went live the other. Yeah. So if I tell y'all the truth and I tell y'all like who be on my shit and who be watching my shit, it be old people who I cut off, and they be so mad because they be like, oh, da, da, da. But this dude was so transphobic, it was just fucking ridiculous, bro. And I could not believe like this man was so transphobic. And the fact that he didn't like gay people, oh bitch, you're not gonna like me because bitch, I'm bisexual. And then on top of that, it was this one girl, black girl, beautiful black girl, she's dark skinned, and he tried to say that she was a tranny. And first of all, tranny is offensive. Secondly, that's a black woman, and she was not masculine presenting. She was just fucking dark skinned. And for her to say that, and for him to say that about her, I was like, bro, you can't be around me because your anti-blackness is not gonna fly over here with me. And y'all can say it's not anti-blackness. Y'all can say that it's not anti-blackness, but at the end of the day, if you're purposely going out there and the first thing that you're doing is when somebody tells you no or turns you down and says that they're not interested in you, you say, oh my gosh, like, oh, that person's this or that person's that. And the way that I be feeling like, bro, y'all really have to like calm your tits down, because a lot of times the homophobia and the transphobia that y'all be having just come out of nowhere. Nobody really asks y'all nothing. Nobody asks you to communicate. Nobody asks y'all for y'all opinions. Nobody asks y'all for y'all think pieces. Y'all just come out. Somebody will say, oh yeah, I did this with this person. You fuck with them weirdos? Like, be fucking for real, bro. Everybody's a weirdo in their own way. I know I'm a weirdo when it comes down to like the geeky shit, because I'm like the biggest nerd ever. So when it comes down to it, I am a nerd, N-E-R-D, nerd. I get weird about like my nerd shit. And I'm not gonna tell y'all how nerdy I get, like, bitch, but we can, if we want to put it in like perspective, it's giving running down the halls like this, Naruto run weird with my nerd shit. So if y'all want to talk about shit, like, I can be that way. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see if somebody didn't want to fuck with me because of that. But like the shit that y'all be saying out y'all mouth and the homophobia and how y'all be, I be like, bro, y'all gotta relax. And my whole thing is not because I'm bi that I had a change of heart. And it's not because, you know what I'm saying, But it's because I was like, it's like I realized the way I was thinking was wrong. I can't control how somebody lives. That's why I don't get mad at people anymore for the life that they live. It was this woman. People get mad at Trump by saying that he's racist. Okay, let that be his legacy. We get mad at people for the legacy that they start to leave when it doesn't fit the ideology that we want of them inside our heads. And then we say, oh, I feel like it should be like this. Who says it should be like that? Why do I have to come down to your thingy? And if I do come down and I do see your point of view, it's still just because I disagree with it doesn't mean that I have to hate you. Like, a lot of people be like, oh, I hate Trump, I hate this. I don't fucking hate Trump. I don't fucking hate nobody. I may dislike some people's attitudes and ideologies and how they, you know, what they do. But when it comes down to certain things, bitch, I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, sit there and be like, you get what I'm saying? It's weird to me. People always want people to change and be these other people. Y'all wanna know the secret to a happy life? Accepting people for who they are. And moving around accordingly. If somebody is something to you and you may not like it or it's not your cup of tea, what you have to realize and what you have to understand is that if it's not your cup of tea, move the fuck around. A lot of times I realize that I always get mad at myself because the people who I love sometimes don't do the shit that I want them to do. And I've realized that the shit I want them to do is not me on some do this now or this way. But it's like sometimes the emotional intelligence that I need from people is not there. I had to cut off a girl who was extremely close to me because her emotional intelligence was on zero, and she was just so digmatized over dudes. And I'm at that place in my life where I've outgrown that phase. That shit doesn't faze me anymore. I don't give a fuck what a nigga gotta say. I don't give a fuck what a nigga gotta do. Because at the end of the day, if he gonna be with me, he gonna be with me. If not, then goodbye. Because my relationship is not my relationship status is not indicative if I can keep a man or if I want to maintain a man. Because whether I want to maintain or keep a man, at the end of the day, it's up to me on what I want to do with myself. And last time I checked, my worth was just not putting some type of man where it's like, oh, well, this, that, and the third, or relationship. A lot of people make their whole personality their relationship, and then you ask them what they like to do. Oh, me and my partner. No, bitch, I asked you, what did you like to do? And like literally, I have a best friend. We've been best friends for 8 years. My best friend is heavily into sports. I don't give a fuck about the damn sport. Yeah, I like basketball. I don't even keep up with that bitch. I like tennis and I don't keep up with it because sports is not my shit. I like to create shit. Like if you talking about like painting, psychological shit, that is my thing. My best friend is not into that shit. One dude who I was dating, he was into music and I love music. Oh my gosh. I think that's where we came together at. And I think that's what like really helped us together. His love of music, because I love music. So he would make music. I said, that bitch, I'll be muse. But it's like he had shit that he was into that I wasn't into. Like we both smoked weed. We both did the movies. We both like I was a big movie head. Like I'm really into Killjoy, bitch. If you don't like Killjoy and we go together, you don't gotta watch with me stink of butts. But you could at least rub my back. Like, mind you, I like video games and we like video games, so that's something that we do together. But it's like it's this one game that he played that I just can't get with, bro. Like when he used to play the game, I used to just sit back and I used to be like, just rub his back, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to have your own identity in these relationships, and I'll be like, y'all get together and y'all forget, oh, we, your whole personality goes to what we do together. But it's like, if you looked at me and you looked at him, it's like I didn't stop doing my YouTube. I didn't stop doing my podcast. I didn't stop doing my shit. I didn't make it as a us thing. I didn't say everybody come meet my man. I wasn't like, my stink. I didn't come out there and, y'all, I had a real cute name for it. Had a real cute name for him. And y'all ain't never hear me say that shit out loud. You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all know the nickname, so I ain't going to say it out loud. But for those who knew, if you know, you know. If you know, I knew. You know what I'm saying? I knew. I knew some things. That man ain't stopped doing what he did. When we stopped fucking around, that man did not stop doing what he did once I came into his life. Like, I'm a bad bitch, you made a pill, babe. We would do our own thing, meet up. We work together. That's never that your coworkers. Cause the breakup be ugly, bro. Bitches knew he was over with. And cause me and him are both private people. But we lovey-dovey with, like, we both was like lovey-dovey ass motherfuckers. It's two Pisces. Don't judge me. I know his birth chart, so we was compatible in some ways. In some ways, we wasn't compatible. And the things that we was, that's what broke us up. You can be the same sign and date the same sign, but if you know your birth chart and the shit that's important to you, like in my house of pleasures, I have something and he has something else, so he could be more and I was not. And he'd be like, you're being really stubborn right now. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm not being stubborn. I just like the ideology of making money. Like, that makes me happy. I'm so sorry if stability seems like something that's hard for you to do. Communication. In our charts of communication, I have a sign in there that was not compatible to his sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, these two signs fight each other because the energies are two different energies. The energy for this was two different things. Something else is two different things. So it's like we had so much shit in common, but it's like when it came down to the hardcore part, like to us, like actually getting rid of some shit, like we could get over some shit, but it really hurt him how I handled certain shit, because and I'm not even saying that he's emotional or overly emotional, but I just feel like, to be honest, me and that man broke up because of a difference of opinions. We had gotten to this argument, and he had lied, and I caught him in a lie. And for me, myself, and I, if I catch you lying, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. And I know it sounds like, oh my gosh, it's so awful. You're not supposed to say that. It's just so, listen, on some real shit, like, keeping it a whole lean, being with y'all, I did not like the fact that he lied to me. He got caught up in his lie. He didn't want to admit that he lied. I literally looked at him, and I said, sir, this was never discussed, and I said, this was never a discussion that we had. He literally sat there, looked me dead in my face, and said, I don't know why you're mad. I don't know why you're X, Y, and Z. I said, you know why I'm mad? He started to get dense in the head. I started to catch myself getting upset. I said, you know, I think I'm going to go because I'm getting upset. He said, I don't want you to go. I said, it's fine. He said something else, and he like really hit like the heart of the problem that he was really having, right? And I said, I find it funny how when I asked you about this on this day, and I said, because I don't want to hear about it later on down the line. This man took it, got upset, and was just so mad. Like, we was just going at it. And literally, I caught myself and I said, you know what? I said, fuck it. I don't give a fuck anymore. This is where the moon signs come to play, because we both had air signs. My air sign don't give a fuck. Like, I may care for it a little bit, but once I catch myself getting too mad and bitch, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. And I think people don't realize that, because people see me like, they're like, oh, you're crying. Bitch, the Pisces in me is crying, bitch, but I have a lot of, in my fucking birth chart, bitch, I am very stable. I am very, I am very here and So if you want to come over here and you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Right place, wrong bitch. Because I'm telling you, if I cry about it and you show me that you don't give a fuck, bitch, I can show you how I do not give a bigger fuck. So mind you, we already in a conversation. We we going back and forth. He's sitting there. He got an Aquarius moon. So this is why I say you need to learn astrology and stop saying like, oh, that birth chart shit is not important, bitch. You just don't want to know your shit, okay? But that little Aquarius fucking moon, that little My feelings are hurt, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to act like I'm so big and bad. I'm going to act like I'm tough. Girl, fuck you. Cry. You know what I'm saying? So, mind you, me and him, we sitting there and this man talking about something, how he don't want to argue and how he don't want to do it. Okay, fine. We don't have to argue, Pooka Roots. Mind you. So, I go to my house because when it comes down to problem solving, you need to go to your 12th house. My 12th house is totally different from his 12th house and they don't like each other because my 12th house is an independent sign that can figure shit out on its own. So, when people say like, oh, I bounce back on my own, yeah, because in my house of undoing, I have a very independent sign that's extremely loyal, but at some point in time, like once I see them, fuck you, bitch, bye. You know what I'm saying? His 12th house was like, I want to cry. Bitch, water sign, okay? And don't get it twisted. I'm a water sign myself, so I get it. But the water sign that his shit was in, I was like, bro, I'm not finna be putting up with this shit. So while he's sitting there crying, snotting, doing all this other shit, wham, I'm a sad little fuck ass puppy, I'm sitting there saying to myself like, bro, I do not give a fuck right now. This man lied to me, said what he was gonna do. I called him. I said, you know what I said? I said, so we done, right? He's like, yeah, we done. That's all I wanted, right? We broke up that day. That man was mad because I'm that girl. So guess what? I'm gonna always get the attention, Pooka Roots, Ashe. I'm gonna always be that girl. This man literally was fucking stalking me at work. And I know y'all like, oh, y'all work together. Y'all gonna run into each other. This man would purposely be like, oh, you see such and such over there? You see? And I'm like, bro, you broke up with me because you felt like X, Y, and Z and you fucking lied to me. So guess what? Fuck you. So people like, oh my gosh, you're just, no. Yeah, when I say y'all don't know me for real, y'all don't know me for real. And this is why I try to tell people, like, when it comes down to being my friend and knowing exactly who I am and what type of person I am and what I get into and what I'm loving and all this other shit, I really honestly want y'all to know that y'all don't know me for real. And when I come on the internet, I come on here to give y'all real tea and real shit. And just because I don't say like, all this other shit does not mean that, you know what I'm saying? Because the way y'all be like, I know this bitch from such and such shit. I didn't like half of y'all. Y'all, okay, so I'm talking about this. So growing up, I wanted to learn astrology. My father said no. I was like, all right, cool beans. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? This is a Christian household. But for me, once I got older and I moved out and I did my own shit, I learned about spirituality and I learned about my birth chart and a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's just say, after I figured out my birth chart, which was recently, this year, and I've been studying spirituality for a long time. Like, I never understood people talking about they birth chart. Yeah, I got my birth chart, bitch. And I just want to say, it makes sense. And if I ever have kids, I want to do my child's birth chart so I can know how to read my child. Because I feel like I don't want it. Like, if I ever have any little crotch fruit, you know what I'm saying? Because they came out my poom poom. Yeah, I'm goofy as hell. But, if I was ever have some little crotch fruit, and I feel like I'm gonna get pregnant because I have, it's one of my spiritual gifts. I seen it, you know what I'm saying? When I have my little crotch fruit, I will be teaching my little crotch fruit about spirituality, and I will teach them how spirituality, the Bible, and how all this shit connects. I'll probably give my children a choice of what they want to believe in because it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you teach somebody how to be spiritually aware, it doesn't matter if they Christian, Muslim, Islam, whether they take on what I take. Because in spirituality, if y'all really know, you know, and I want y'all to keep it to yourselves because sometimes spirituality is sacred. And yes, you can read about it, you can learn about it, but at some point in time, you have to literally get to the point where you start treating your practice sacred. Like, it's nice, like, because when you first get into it, you get excited and shit. But it's like, if I have any little crotch fruit, I want them to choose their own religion. I want them to have their own choice. And I want to be I want to do gentle parenting. Like, people say, I'm going to beat my kids. I'm not beating my kids. I feel like physical, like teaching that shit, it's just like, then got pent up aggression, and then now people don't know how to communicate, and it's like, like, I want to teach my child how to be a healthy human being. So whether they come out gay, trans, straight, atheist, non-believer, asshole, non-asshole, they know that this is the life that they chose for themselves. And it's not a life without guidance, but it's like a life with what you call it. And I want to have little crotch fruit when I'm able to accept the fact that if a dude breaks up with me, that I could take it. Because a lot of times I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And to be completely honest, it took me a little bit too long to get out my last relationship, and I seen the signs and the red flags early, and it took me forever in the year to leave. Y'all, I have like a shit ton of shit that I keep ordering. This is like I don't know how many fucking ounces. 64 ounces. Yes, 64 ounces. Water is so good. If I tell y'all how much water and tea I drink, y'all will be like, what you call it. But like for me, when my little last situation that I was in, this dude I was dating, it took me too long to leave. Like, I seen the red flags. I blocked him and I unblocked him. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Cause it's like, if you have little crotch fruit, they watch you. And you could do whatever. You can scream, yell, I'm this type of parent. You can think whatever type of parent you're going to be. But your parents your kids will always see the type of parent you are. Like, if I want to talk about like one of my father figures, I'm going to talk about Mr. Bruce. Mr. Bruce, I'm going to talk about Mr. Bruce because Mr. Bruce is in his 60s. Mid-60s, close to 70s. This man said that he was an awful father to two of his kids, right? And he realized the danger that he put his kids in, and he actively tried to change it. He said the two of them never forgave him. They said they always loved him, but they said they always seen him as like this shit father, and he couldn't take it out of his mind. So with his other kids, he fixed those issues as soon as they happened. He apologized, and you know what I'm saying? And he spent the rest of his life like just being a father that he wanted to be. And he said it took a lot for him to like realize that he wasn't a good parent. And he was like, oh man, I can't believe it. And he was like, everybody in the world thought I was this great man. I said, I think you're a great man. He was like, but my two kids, my own two C's, don't see me like that. And he said, fuck how you feel right now. And he said, not in a disrespectful way. He said, fuck how you feel right now because you're not my kid. So you never got to see the real me. You see this part of me right now, so you never get to see the whole parts of me. He said, my kids see me pimping bitches, doing all this other shit. He said he literally changed his life after he seen how his kids responded to him. And I said, wow, that's like really, that's a hot take to take, because to admit that in your 60s and 70s is hard. You know what I'm saying? And he said he knew it at 40, and that's why he said he was a better man. So when I come out here and I'm like, I don't want a little crotch fruit right now. I don't want my kids to see me going back and forth with a man and talking about something on, and I want to be able to leave the first time I see a red flag. Not the second red flag, not the third one, not the fourth one, now he really like, now it's about to get to this point. Because this man was literally showing all the signs that he was going to physically abuse me, and because I kept on giving him chance after chance after, I only gave a man 2 chances, 3 chances to fuck up, right? So the first time I was like, second time I was like, third time I was like, the fourth time I was like, nah. And I was like, it shouldn't get this far. It should be like the first big red flag. And I know y'all like, what type of chances are you giving? I'm not going to tell y'all. But, because I don't need y'all trying to, something I'm working through right now. I'm not ready to talk about it. But I don't want to have little crotch fruit, bro. I want to be able to like leave a situation. Because you could be like, oh, I feel like I'm great in this area. Okay. This is why when I work with people and I find out they have kids, I see how they interact with their kids or what the shit they do around their kids. I did a podcast with this one lady. We went to school together. Her name is Destiny. She's pregnant again. Congratulations to you, Destiny. Will you make motherhood look good, by the way, ma'am, Miss Mom Goddess? Yes. But to be completely and utterly honest, like, I did an interview with her, and the way she was taking care of her kids made me know, like, that she was really that girl. And it come down to people who I would work with forever in the year, and who I would have no problem bringing back to my podcast or anything, or any projects that I do. Like, whatever they do, bitch, I'm supporting, I'm sharing if I see it in time and shit like that. It's me, and I'm gonna ride for that bitch. I don't even want to say bitch like that, because I don't want y'all to think I'm calling her a bitch. But I say bitch a lot. I curse. I have a sailor's mouth. Y'all, excuse me. I curse like a sailor. But, like, the way she raises her kids, the way she communicates with her kids, the way she just does shit with her kids is amazing to me. And to the world, she's, you know, DC, the hair detangler, Miss Popularity, Miss whatchamacallit, but the private conversation that we had, which I'm not finna say on here, and how she was talking to her kids and stopping the interview and doing all this other stuff, and how we had conversations, and how I actually got to see her fucking parent, bro, and how we ain't even close like that, and how I said some shit, and I think I know I crossed the boundary because I overshared a little bit too much. And she was like, girl, she was like, da 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 da, and she gave me some real shit, okay? And I don't give a fuck what y'all say. When it come down to things that matter, like, this is why I look at how they kids reacting to them. And how they kids do the shit. Because just because they post these pictures and y'all, I've seen her. I've heard her. Seen her. Like, how she parents. And I'm like, so yeah. That's just the end of this. Sunshine's Bakery session 1. I do want y'all to go follow her. I want y'all to go follow her and her pages and support her. I'm probably gonna tag her in the bottom of this video. But y'all don't forget to fuck with me too though. So, like the video, share the video, comment, you know what I'm saying? Help the algorithm see me, you know what I'm saying? Help a real bitch out. And if y'all want to follow me on OnlyFans, y'all go to my Instagram, my Twitter. It's all on my, like, if y'all want to go follow my social media, go to my Twitter or my Instagram, JUSTDRIA. I mean, JUSTDRIA__. And y'all can really go find all my links to that stuff. I just want y'all to know my OnlyFans is not free, but I do drop free shit and free content on there constantly. So, you know what I'm saying? You might want to check it out. But not even just my OnlyFans, but like my podcast and other stuff like that. So if y'all want other takes, because I think on my podcast later on today for the Thanksgiving, I have an idea. I'm going to my podcast on Thanksgiving. We're going to be talking about what I'm thankful for. Period. Oh, got the bitch. Ooh. That's the end of the video, y'all. I'm done. Audi 3000.